Hello everyone and welcome to our Cancer Full Moon Magic Concert. The first full moon of the decade. It's pretty exciting and it's also a partial eclipse, so that's pretty good. I've already got a visitor for this one. Look at this. This is Oliver, who is officially the best cat in the world. He likes coming to these rituals. Alright, hop down, boys. Alright, let's get ourselves in the zone and connect in with our Lady Moon and with each other, this wonderful full moon magic community and all of you wonderful patrons. So let's start by getting ourselves grounded and centered wherever you are on earth. Just connect in with where you are. Just breathe into the right now. Connect in with your body. Connect in to earth below, down through the base of your spine, down through your feet. Oliver's sitting right at my feet now, helping me ground. Down through your feet, down into Earth's red core. I love visualizing all of us wherever we are around the world, sending that beam of energy down, and we connect in right at the center of Earth. Breathe that energy up into your heart. Connect in the direction of above and the energy of sky, limitless. Connect in with expansion, possibility. Feel that moon up there, that beautiful sister to our Lady Earth. Right here, right now. Connecting in with the four directions. Let's start with the direction of west this time. My back is facing the west. Where's west, where you're sitting? Direction of sunset, direction of letting go, and the direction of east. Whichever part of you is facing east, just send your energy that way. Direction of new beginnings, sunrise. Direction of north. North Pole, North Star, the lands to the north of you. And south, the lands to the south of you. South Pole, Southern Cross. Infinite south, and draw those four energies in to your heart and find that magic fifth direction of center. Okay, let's welcome in the elements. Element of air. We welcome your gifts of word, of song, of story, of connection, of internet, of communication, of freedom to be exactly who we are. Air, you're welcome in our circle. Blessed be. Energy of fire. We welcome your gifts of transformation. And at this time when fires are so dangerous in Australia and other parts of the world, we see you contained and welcome your gifts as the contained and helpful hearth fire. We welcome you as the creativity within. Fire, you're welcome in our circle. Blessed be. Energies of water. On this Cancer full moon, Cancer, the sign that's ruled by the element of water. We welcome your gift of flow. We welcome your gift of womb, of beginnings, of epic ocean, of beautiful lake, of sparkling river, of cleansing rain, of snow, water of shape-shifting, water of deepest feeling, empathy, compassion, water that allows us to feel what another is feeling, for our boundaries to merge. Water of love, you're welcome in our circle, blessed be. And energies of earth, earth of groundedness, of form, of plenty and prosperity. Earth of the Capricorn sun, 180 degrees away from our beautiful moon. Earth of foundation, earth of strength and tenacity, earth that keeps us going, earth of setting boundaries. You're welcome in our circle, blessed be. And energies of spirit, the everything. We honour you on this Cancer full moon as the energy of the great goddess. We feel you within, regardless of our gender. The great goddess moves through everything, the beginning and the end. You're welcome in our circle, blessed be. By earth and air and fire and water and by the power of spirit, this circle is cast and outside of time. This circle is cast and outside of space. Blessed be. Now a little disclaimer, I've been really sick these last few days, and so I have a little bit of a kind of asthmatic cough, so we're going to see where that leads us. But I'll do my best. I've got the magic elixir, which is called coffee. I'm recording this, it's Thursday morning here in Santa Fe, so the full moon is tonight. Alright, so for those of you who are new to this whole full moon magic thing, thank you, super appreciate it. So every month I theme all the songs that I choose around the astrological signs. So you've seen how we've just cast circle and created sacred space together, and we really are doing this together. A lot of people are taking part in this ritual, so it's a big global circle, and even if we're doing this at different times, we're still connecting in with that one energy. And so our focus over this Cancer full moon is the energy of home, which Cancer rules, whatever that means to you. It can mean your physical dwelling, but it can also mean a sense of home, of place in your heart. And there's also, Cancer also rules that sense of mothering, of nurturing. I have lots of different things that I'll show you on my altar that represent that energy. And again, we talk about the energy of the great goddess and the great mother, but this really transcends gender. We can be a mother no matter whatever gender we are. We can be activating that energy of nurturing and receiving that energy of nurturing from so many different places. So just like you met Oliver just before, for me, for us, Tim and I here in our home in Santa Fe, Oliver allows us to be that is a beautiful focus for our nurturing energy, and we love looking after him, and he gives so much back. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to start with this song called Home. This is from my album Black Snake, and this song I wrote before we had this lovely home in Santa Fe, and I'd spent a few years on the road touring, and such a handsome distraction. And I was kind of going a bit crazy, feeling ungrounded and really yearning for that centeredness that home offers. So I wrote this, but in that time I also learnt that, you know, wherever I'm hanging out with my beloved Tim, that feels like home as well. We can make it home, in whatever hotel room or wherever we're camping or driving or all that kind of thing. We can do our best to make that home as well. And but gee, we were on the road for so much of last year that, and only got home, well, 2 weeks ago, and feels really nice to be home. Here we go. journey within, no longer know where I'm going, just where I've been. I know it's hard, it's coming soon, a place that's more than a suitcase, more than a room. I'm tired of running around, and so many people, so many people. I want my feet on the ground so my visions can fly. My soul is ready and I can finally free fall, finally free fall. Just you and I, just you and I. Follow the road into the storm. When I am feeling the cold, then you keep me warm. Troubadour life, freedom to roam. Maybe the world is our stage, but you are my home. I'm tired of running around, and so many people, so many people. I want my feet on the ground so my visions can fly. My soul is ready and I can finally free fall, finally free fall. Just you and I, just you and I, just you and I, just you and I. Okay. So, this next song is about the creation of the universe, and it's based on an ancient Greek myth, a very ancient Greek myth, predates all the Olympic stuff. And in this version of the myth, the great goddess who is the void, who is the night, who is the emptiness, who is possibility, she begins to yearn to create, and she yearns for a partner. So she begins to dance. She takes the north wind and begins to dance with him. And he transforms into a serpent, and they make love, the goddess and the wind. And she becomes pregnant and transforms herself into a bird, lays a sacred egg, which the serpent then incubates, spirals around and incubates. You know, you've probably seen often in like alchemy and stuff, you see that image of the sacred egg with the snake spiraled around it. And then that egg eventually opens up and out comes everything. So I'm going to show you this beautiful goddess. I'll take a close-up pic and splice that in too, but here she is here. Now this beautiful goddess this statue I've had for many, many years. Let's say 28 years, I'd say. And this was gifted to me by my then mother-in-law at the time, my first husband's mum, who I'm still friends with. And extra special for me, she's got the cornucopia, and she's all this, you know, her fruit and flowers are tumbling out. So she's got a bit of a Demeter feel, who is the mother energy in Greek mythology. And she's kind of, she's called Mother, the goddess Earth, okay? And comes from a pretty conventional, straight down the line, you know, statue making thing. So I thought it was really beautiful, for one thing, that my mother-in-law had gifted me this when she's very Catholic, and I was very openly a witch back in those days, as I am now. And she gave me this after, before I had my son Reuben, I miscarried a child very late term, and it still makes me sad. And my mother-in-law gifted me this, and I thought, what an absolutely beautiful thing to do, to remind me, just intuitively, that the Great Mother is there for us all the time, and that even though at that point I wasn't to become a mother myself, that mothering energy was there all the time. So I just brought her back out of storage from Australia this last trip, so it feels extremely special to have her on my altar. And she holds so many memories and has been in every house, well, I guess except my Portland house, every other house that I've been in. So the great goddess Earth, and she's really the great mother to me, and a great reminder. Okay, here's this song. Hoping my voice holds out. It's not my throat so much, it's just here on my chest. So if I cough, that's why. She danced alone upon the waves, alone upon the water, alone upon the water. She took the north wind by the tail, caressed him till she felt the serpent's scale. He coiled around her limbs divine, her dance as wild as fire, her dance as wild as fire. She had created sea from sky, and knew her lover loved her movements. Once she divided the sky from the ocean. All of creation was then set in motion, becoming dove upon the sea. She laid the egg that held eternity. The serpent spiraled round its form and cradled in his magic, cradled in his magic. The sacred vessel soon grew warm and split to open all existence. Out of it tumbled the earth and her creatures, rivers and mountains and forests and beaches. Out of each sun, out of each moon, she danced alone upon the waves, and born of chaos was existence, and born of chaos was existence. So that's a song about the great mother. And now, what about the personal mother? We're all born of a mother, and whether she was a great mother or a crappy mother, or whether she was absent or present, whatever the case was, she still gave us life, and we should be grateful for that. So here's two things about mothering. On my altar, I have chosen to include, let me just stand up and get this, da, 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 da. This sacred green mixing bowl filled with water activated by the moon. So this mixing bowl belonged to my mum, and it was the bowl that you know, she stirred. We helped her make cakes and did all that stirring and licked the cake mix out of and all that kind of stuff. And I just love it. It's just so simple and beautiful, and to me it represents my mum, my personal mum, but also that energy of the Great Mother and of containment, of the womb, of beginnings. I've done so much magic in this, and of course I was there with me when I was raising my son, and it's come to every single home of mine. It's an absolute treasure, and I guess I wanted to use that as an example of ways to create our altars. I have chosen objects that are very particular to me to represent this energy of the Cancer full moon. There's obviously my great goddess here, and then this, you know, sacred mixing bowl. But you're never going to find a book that says how to make a Cancer full moon altar that's going to say include your mother's sacred cake mixing bowl, because it's just a personal thing that's mine. You know, there's going to be something else for you that represents that energy of your mum or of the great goddess. And I think that there's something about, as I was putting this altar together and finding things around the house that represented that Cancer full moon energy for me, that Cancerian energy of the moon, because it's the one sign in the zodiac that's ruled by the energies of the moon. I knew I'd be including that bowl. I've been including that in Cancer full moon rituals for years. But I also hunted around. I also found this lovely little Native American fetish of a bear, and of course the bear is the mother bear, protective of her young, so there's that beautiful protective energy. I also liked that it was blue to represent that watery energy of Cancer. And here's one other, before I sing this song, I'll show you this. I don't think my son watches these concerts, so I can show this without embarrassing him, but it's really cute. It's he gave it to me one Mother's Day, and it says mother and her baby, and it's a picture of a bird and a bird's nest and a mother bringing a worm to her baby. He must have been about 6 or 7 or something like that. So that's the energy of me as a mum, the energy of my mum, and the energy of the great goddess. Oh, is that going to stay? Yes. All right. Here we go. In the Virgo full moon magic booklet in a couple of months, I have a lot more info about creating altars, but I really do encourage you to make an altar every full moon. It's a really great way of focusing your energy and harnessing that energy. In a way, it becomes a container for holding and focusing that full moon energy, so that you can actually drink from that container. You can actually harness and make purposeful the energy of each full moon, so that it can bring, it can help you in your own life, and in doing so, you know, be good for everyone. It's powerful, and it needn't be like it needn't take up half the house like mine always does. It can just be a very simple thing. It could be a specific coloured candle. It could be, you know, a little image or whatever. But it's so enjoyable, so creative, and really, really powerful magic. So I strongly suggest you do that each moon. It's a lovely thing to do. Okay, now I'm going to sing this song called Radiate. And this song I wrote for my son Reuben when he was a teenager. long ago that I offered that song, and my heart was aflame, and I'd known you so long, through eons and eons and eons and eons, and oh, it was beautiful. And now you're here, and your heart is true, and the blessings I gave are flowing through you, and your hands are alive with a grace that was gifted to you by the sun and the moon. And you're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Radiate your inner soul. It's all up to you. You're not fated to follow. You're wise. There's magic in your eyes, and all I can do is love you, is love you, is love you. I bow to the sun, and I bow to the earth, and I hail the moon for the gift of your birth. And you'll always be loved, and you'll always be free. And remember, the fire flows through your fingers is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Radiate your inner soul. It's all up to you. You're not fated to follow. It's true. The universe is open to you. All I can do is love you, is love you, is love you. Radiate your inner soul. It's all up to you. You're not fated to follow. It's true. The universe is open to you, and all I can do, and all I can do is love you. I think I forgot the last verse there, but I'm just pleased that I'm able to sing and that I'm actually up and functioning. Yesterday I felt so crappy. I intended to do this yesterday, but I hadn't gone for a hike in 4 days or something, and I was going stir crazy. I had cabin fever, and so I thought I'll just see if I can walk a bit up the mountain. I think I got it about a quarter of the way, and sat there. It was still beautiful though, like beautiful out in the forest, and there were all these coyote prints through the snow. And I was bundled up. I had a thermos of coffee, and I just sat there and wrote. And but I'm not sure that it was particularly good for me on a physical level. On an emotional level, it was great. But anyway, this next song is about the goddess Demeter. It's from my Persephone album, and Demeter is the great mother in the Greek pantheon, in the Olympic pantheon, and because of course there's Gaia, who is Earth herself, who has that energy, and Rhea, the generations before, who have that great mother energy, and even Hera, who gets such a bad rap in classical Greek mythology. She's also a representative of the great goddess, and I love her energy. Anyway, this is Demeter though. So right at this very moment, Tim is in the living room next door to me here, and he's editing the film clip for this that we recorded last November in maybe October, in Greece with my friend Rachel Samuel on cello. And so he's gathering all that footage that I've taken from the actual location of Eleusis, which is where the ancient ritual site and sacred temple for Demeter and Persephone was, one of them, and where an annual procession would take place every year from Athens, so that these goddesses and the energy of death and rebirth could be honoured, an amazing ritual. So I'm going to sing this song Eleusis now, which really is, I guess it's more that mother bear energy. It's Demeter after her daughter has been abducted, and she's been searching and searching and searching for Persephone, wondering where she is, asking all the gods, asking the mortals. And eventually she comes to the town of Eleusis, and the people there are extremely kind to her. She doesn't look like the goddess at this stage. She's been wandering so long. She looks like an exhausted old hag, not the beautiful golden goddess, not our gorgeous goddess here. But the people are so kind to her that she begins to regain hope and continues her search for her daughter, never giving up. So here we go. Eleusis. I will not cease to hope. I am her mother, and she is my light. I'll leave no path untrod, no stone uncovered, till I find my flower bright. I try to seek the truth, to find an answer. Maybe I held on far too tight. Maybe she slipped away and chose a lover, as other girls do every night. I will not pass a door that I can open, no fence too high, no service too lowly. I wander many days and many nights, hide my face behind my eyes. I have found tenderness, I have found kindness, even so, it's still the same. The women gather round to soothe my sorrow, try to make me smile, remind me that life is more than pain. Oh, 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 Lord, Lord, Lord. I hold a seed of hope that I will find her once again, my precious maid. And she will gather flowers and dance the meadow as always was and always will be once again. Okay, so here's a song about Our Lady Moon and all of her changes and how she's beautiful in all of her forms. We honour, of course, the full moon with these full moon magic concerts, and the dark moon with our dark moon magic meditations, which I just love, so dark and deep and healing, and I love doing those every month. Thanks so much to those of you who tune into those. But the moon is also beautiful in her bright new crescent phase and in her old waning Hecate sickle phase. She's amazing. Let me remember this one. I feel you know you're moving through me, life and death and life and death over and over. I feel you know your raven hair, and then you change, you're fair and blue-eyed, darling, you were everywhere. I feel you now, you're low, you're in my belly, moaning, moaning slow, as creature from a hidden stone. And here you come, you're wild, your hair streaming, eyes gleaming, crazed, ecstatic as a lunar child. My love, my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, my love, my sister the moon, my sister the moon. I feel you know you're moving through me, dressed in mist and kissed with vapors of the hidden dawn. You heal me now in velvet night, you lay your cool hands softly on my soul and fill me with invisible light. My love, my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, my love, my sister the moon, my sister the moon, my sister the moon. Okay, this song's called Hail to the Moon. Oh, I'm getting a bit cold. Maybe I'll quickly go put a different jumper on. Hang on a sec. Work. Okay, so what I just did was an act of self-nurturing, because I was getting cold earlier on and I was thinking I really should go and put something warmer on, get a nice jumper, which is sweater for those of you in America. And then I thought, no, I'll battle through, and then I thought, no, that's not good for me. So that Cancer energy, that mothering energy I've been talking about the whole time, also, you know, applies to ourselves. We need to mother ourselves. And I think that I talk about this in the Cancer Full Moon PDF booklet that many of you have access to and have downloaded, and about that once we're adults, we can't be expecting our birth mother or the person who took the role of mother in our lives to be the one who is always there nurturing us. We have to find that energy within and be our own mother, connect in with that great goddess energy, and know that that nurturing energy can be drawn from many different places, and that that it's our job to mother ourselves once we're adults. That's, you know, lovely if we get that nurturing energy from others, but primarily we need to be the ones who make sure that our needs are met, that we feel loved, that we can connect in with that universal energy of love, of nurturing. And yeah, so that's really super important, and I would really encourage you to do something that's nurturing and self-nurturing on this Cancer full moon, to tap into that great goddess energy. And I love the energy, like performing magic the way that I do magic and many others do, that's for the good of all and according to the free will of all, where we can be doing things that are good for ourselves. We don't have to be self-sacrificing. We can be doing things that are good for us. But that ripple effect can then be sent out across the universe in a positive way. It's not about being selfish. It's not about me, but it's about taking care of our own needs, so that we can then be there for others. So yeah. Anyway, self-nurturing, good stuff. Now I am going to. Oh, that's right. I was going to sing this song, "Hail to the Moon." Here we go. Hail to the moon in her silver light. Hail to the tender night. Hail, 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 hail to all that instinctively drink from her grail of rapture's white. I've been called and I don't know why. I don't know the road to the castle. I don't hold the key to the question. I've only the night. I've only the night. I've only the night. I've only the night. Hail, hail, hail to the moon in her silver light. Hail to the tender night. Hail, 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 hail to all that instinctively drink from her grail of rapturous white. Okay, before we open up our circle, I'm going to finish up with this song. So that energy of Cancer full moon. So Cancer, ruled by the moon, watery sign, and also of the cardinal modality, which in one of the upcoming full moon magic booklets I'll talk about. But essentially 3 different ways that each of the astrological signs can behave, I guess. Cardinal, which is beginning things. Fixed, which is completing things. And mutable, which is moving on to the next thing. So each of the elements has, so 12 signs, 4 elements, so there's 3 signs in each element. There's one that's cardinal, one that's fixed, one that's mutable. So with the water element, we have Cancer is cardinal water, Scorpio is fixed water, and Pisces is mutable water. So Cancer as cardinal water is water as the beginning of things. Water as, I see this as the womb, as the container. And you know, you connect that energy, Cancer and the crab, and that home, and there's a sense of containment around the strong boundaries in a way around the Cancer energy. It's very protective. The danger, of course, is that you get the suffocating mother energy as well, where the boundaries, the walls come in too close, and it's over nurturing and not allowing that expansion and growth of our babies, whatever those babies might be, our creative output, our children, whatever it might be. So we need to find that balance. But what made me think of that just then, when I laid my hand on my womb during Hail to the Moon, was for those women who are watching, who still have their moon cycles, this is a really great time to connect in with that sacred cycle, and remember that your body is a beautiful way to connect in with the cycles of the moon. And whether you're bleeding on the dark moon or the full, it doesn't matter, you're still connecting in with those cycles. So I really encourage you to honor this incredibly sacred time in your life when you're going through these cycles of bleeding. I'm past that now. I'm in the queen stage, and you know, I miss it in many ways, but which makes it even more important. It's interesting that really after menopause I started doing these full moon magic concerts, which really keep me deeply connected in with the moon, because it's even more important. But I encourage all of us to connect in with these cycles, and yeah, those of you that are still in your bleeding phase of being a woman, really treasure that, because it's really powerful stuff, and there's great magic to be found in that. Okay, this song is called Deity, and it honors the triple goddess. When the moon is lit on her eastern side, and I slowly am centering, when my blood is pulled with the waning tide, and I fall and am willingly entering night. The dark, oh, that's hollow is here. I have found a voice to follow. I am the maiden, I am the mother, I'm a crone. I am the sea, I am the sky, I am the blood, I am the moon, never alone, never alone, never alone. When the moon is lit on her western side, and she slowly is brightening, when the earth is full with a waxing tide, and I breathe with it, ripening seed, reflected in the water, the older moon held Well, the great goddess, a Lady Moon, all her magical cycles, deep self-nurturing, home, the mother in all her aspects. That's our focus. So I wish for all of those things, for all of us, visualizing ourselves deeply nurtured, deeply loving, love radiating from our hearts, that gorgeous full moon up there, mirroring it back to us, holding space for us, grounded and loving. So mote it be. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for nurturing me by becoming a patron. I'm really enjoying this Patreon journey. It works for me. I think it's a really nice format for us to connect in together. And honestly, every time my rent comes around and I think, and then it's like, oh yeah, Patreon, fantastic. It reminds me that your support allows me to spend more time at home doing the deep work. I love traveling, I love touring, I love all that stuff, but when I'm on the road all the time, it's not good for my health, as you can see from coming back from that Aussie tour. Tim and I both got sick when we came back because it's exhausting, and you know, there's deep stuff that I want to do that requires me to be at home. So it's your support that allows that. Quite honestly, it's absolutely directly affects my ability to keep creating. So I'm deeply, deeply grateful. So let's open up our magical circle. Energies of earth, thank you for grounding and practicality and strong boundaries. Thanks for that Capricorn energy that the sun is in at this time, that polar energy holding the opposite energy of Cancer, but still connected through that central point of the circle. Groundedness, excuse me, strength, plenty and prosperity. Earth, thank you. Hail and farewell. Thank you, water, for all of your amazing gifts. Thank you for rain in Australia, in the places it needs to be to put out those dreadful fires. Thank you for the blood in our veins, the love in our hearts. Water, thank you. Hail and farewell. And thank you, fire, contained fire. Fire of the spark of our divinity, our creativity, our transformation. Thank you. Hail and farewell. And thank you, energy of air, of communication, of allowing us to do this, of song and story, ancient myth, of freedom to spread our wings. Thank you. And thank you, energies of spirit, the above, the below, the within, the without, the goddess, the god, and everything in between and beyond that binary distinction. Spirit who is me, spirit who is you. The great connecting thread. Spirit, thank you. By earth and air and fire and water and by the power of spirit, this circle is open but remains unbroken. Merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. Blessed be.